Yo. So the episode starts and we got Ed, Wuncler, and Mr. Lone Dude having a meeting. They're discussing their upcoming kickball match, flexing their players like Pokemon. But mid-conversation, Lone Dude mentions that Ed owes him money on the same time in his Drake with YK Osiris. Apparently Ed's in major debt to China. I'm talking billions. And being a wealthy businessman, Mr. Lone Dude is trying to collect this bread. Now Ed does not have $20 billion, so he's trying to plead with Mr. Lone Dude. And I'm trying to figure out, how the fuck are you $20 billion in debt, bro? Like, my gosh, what could you have possibly done to get that deep in? They come up with a solution, deciding to make their kickball match a parlay. But now not only is there money on the line, but the citizens' houses and freedom is at stake too. Robert tells Huey that Ed is trying to recruit him for the match, but he says hell no, because he's the entire reason he quit playing in the first place. We learned that Huey was basically the Michael Jordan of kickball. Now a long time ago he was getting rage baited by Ed's team during the match, so bro decided to crash out, throwing the ball straight at a little girl. Not only was this a hit by pitch, but he gave her a severe permanent limp. Because of Huey, she could never play kickball again, so he decided to retire. We see Robert telling Huey that if he doesn't want to play, then he doesn't have to. Then 10 seconds later, we see Huey being dragged into the kickball field. Ed starts giving us a backstory about how his granddad discovered kickball in China and how it was called Jap baseball. But Huey does not care, because all he can think about is how he gave that girl a permanent limp. Now Ed pulls a fucking Uno reverse card, revealing that the girl is completely fine. And then this bitch had the audacity to start dancing, bro. Huey was so good of a prodigy that Ed not only rigged the game, but made up a fake story about the girl's limp so Huey would quit forever. Bro, what the fuck is your problem? You traumatized me so bad that not only I quit the sport I was good at, but I threw away my chance to become the GOAT. All because you had a fake story in a rigged match. This is like if LeBron quit after ending Jason Terry's career. We would have never gotten that 3-1 comeback. By the way, as a Thunder fan, I am so thankful for you and Kyrie, bro. Nigga, fuck Klay Thompson. Ed is showing off his team, and I'm not gonna lie, they looking kinda comfy. But Huey, as he rightfully should, declines to play. And Ed tries blackmailing him with a Photoshop picture, but Huey still doesn't care and walks away. Shit, I would have did the same, as long as he ain't Photoshopped me doing some Diddy shit. Huey meets Ming and she tries talking him into playing in the match. And we learn that she's been a prodigy since she was 3. She needs Huey to play because she wants some comp. So she kicks a fucking missile at him. And do not ask me how, because I do not know. But Huey parries the ball 1,000 feet into the air before sticking his leg out to catch and return the ball to Ming. This nigga just casually overformed us with kickball. I've done seen it all. Huey agrees to play, but he says that he's only doing it for fun. Then Ed tells him that the INS repossessed all Dominican players on his team. Hey, thank God my nigga Brandon DTM wasn't there. They probably would have took him on accident. Then not even 5 minutes later, the military players get called for a POW rescue in Afghanistan. Talk about bad timing, bro. Ed tells Huey that he has 2 days to find a completely new team that will fight for Woodcrest. Do you know how fast I would have walked away from this match? I already don't fuck with Ed, and now the super team that you had is gone? Yeah, nah, that shit's cooked. Huey finally puts together a new squad, and dog, this team is so trash. This is worse than the team Braun had against the Golden State Avengers in 2018. My nigga Huey gonna have to drop 60 for them to even have a chance. After meeting this dumpster fire of a kickball team, sorry I was thinking about my ain'ts, the team gets fresh new shoes from a Chinese workshop. Ed Wuncler III, who is Ed Wuncler's son, kicks the ball while practicing. Then we see that the ball gets caught and it just so happens to be the ops. They get mad disrespectful by kicking their ball into the woods and talking shit. Then the next day passes and it's finally game time. And we see that this game is a complete fucking mismatch, bro. A coffin baby to a hydrogen bomb. Till is about to get forfeited for not being American, so they hook him up with a snow bunny. Then Ed complains about China having too many adult players, but Lone Dude says that Dolo is only 12 years old. They even have a birth certificate and all. This is like when them grown niggas be on Cam Wilder's team hooping against teens, bro. Like, bro, do something. The match starts with Huey rolling out a steamer at me, but not only does she kicks it, but she manages to send it home. And that told me everything I needed to know about China's team.
I'm in danger.
Lily Chain steps up and we learn that she's 73 years old, having kidney failures, and hasn't peed in 3 years. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm expecting this to be light work for Huey, you know, because he's a prodigy and all. He then rolls out another steamer, and this old woman boots that bitch out the field for another home run. Everyone's pressing Huey for being trash, and in all honesty, China's team is just overpowered as fuck, bro. This is like when the US sent Braun, Curry, and KD out to the Olympics. It's hard to compete with that shit, bro. Ed starts telling Huey that there is no tomorrow, so he decides to to finally lock in. He rolls a perfect ball, making the kicker miss for a strike. Then he does it again for a second strike and once more for a strikeout. Now Woodcrest is finally on board for their first strike. We then see him striking out the next kicker, making him whiff so bad that he falls. And this gives Woodcrest their second out. Not enough to make up for 2 home runs in 2 pitches, but it's progress. Baby steps are better than no steps, you know. The way it was looking, I thought it was gonna be 5-0 in the first inning. Huey pitches at Dolo and Dolo boots that shit. And oh my gosh, this ball sends my guy into a wall, knocking the wind out of him. I know his rib cage is bruised and battered because that kick had to be at least 200 miles per hour. Woodcrest managed to grab 3 outs, so they switch sides. And now Huey's up first to the plate. Mean rolls and Huey kicks it first pitch for an easy double. Then Riley steps up next, and my little nigga is pointing for a home run. Dog, just because you point at the sky does not mean it's gonna work, gang. And Mean knows that too, because she rolls a fireball at him, making Riley fall on his damn head. The next pitches don't even come close to being hit, as Riley strikes out.
Is this nigga serious?
Next up is Mr. Let It Burn himself. Mr. It's gonna hurt for me to say this, but it's coming from the heart. The announcer starts shit talking Tom, and he actually manages to boot the ball first pitch. Like, my bad, Tom, I was not familiar with your game. But it looks like Tom celebrated too soon, because this monk kicks the ball to Mean. You can see the look on Mean's face. That shit is done. As mid celebration, he gets rocked in the back of his head. GG's, Tom, you did alright, my boy. Robert lines it up next, and Mean pitches, and he actually kicks the ball back to the pitcher. That is, he tries to take the out without getting hit, but gets his dome rocked. And this gives Woodcrest their third out. What did I tell y'all? Huey literally has to carry these niggas, bro. We let us see Dolo kicking the ball, and it's obvious that bro's playing the wrong sport, because he completely runs Tiblet over, which is legal, by the way, like as long as they're blocking the base. A few minutes go by and we see Woodcrest up to the plate, and man, it's obvious that these refs are being paid, because Butch kicks the ball only to get attacked by Shoes. And if it wasn't enough, we see Tiblet running for a base only to get rocked with brass knuckles. Then they start jumping him too, stumping him out and hitting him with a baseball bat. Ref, do something. Ed's over here wondering what's going on, because he also paid the ref off, and the ref hits him with that let it shine.
Here's a couple bucks, buy yourself a better outfit.
We get an intermission and see that Woodcrest is being slaughtered. Huey's ready to quit, but Riley and the team ain't trying to go out like no hoe. Despite being beat down like this, they still trying to ball. Can't lie, I respect it. Ed tells Huey that as soon as he stops holding back, they can go home. So Huey locks in like Gohan did versus Cell. We get back to the match and Huey's up to the plate. Mean rolls and Huey wastes no time knocking the ball out the park. He even sent 2 additional players home and gave Woodcrest their first 3 points. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a game. Woodcrest has finally showed up. This ref somehow gets kidnapped, so the game has to wait till a new one shows up. And while they're waiting, Mean starts telling Huey a sob story about her childhood. She tells him that if she loses this game, then she will be sent to a Chinese prison camp. And from the way it sounds, this place is terrible. So Huey, having a conscience, starts rethinking his entire life. We then see Ed telling Lone Dude that the ref somehow strangled himself, jumped off a bridge, and overdosed on amphetamines. And this dumbass actually agrees to continue the game after hearing this. Like, I would have looked at this grimy ass nigga and knew he was plotting. Then to make things even crazier, they call Uncle Ruckus to be the new ref, bro. The same nigga who thinks that he was an adopted white baby. Yeah, this is a free dub for Woodcrest. Huey sells 3 easy base kicks because he starts feeling bad about Mean. Then Mean's teammate starts laughing and talking shit because it turns out that Mean scammed him. Out here moving like Snags was in that Aiden Ross tournament. That shit's grease. Huey heard them talking shit in Chinese and clowning him. And we know that Huey does not play that shit. Last time he got clowned in the kickball match, he tried to body a girl. He responds to them in Chinese saying that he does not like to be laughed at, and they are shocked because he can actually understand them. He then kicks the ball at the boy who's off base for a clutch out. Then he kicks the ball up in the air and sends it at the other girl for another out. Getting 2 outs in that manner is insane. Nah, Huey's like that, bro. Huey takes out 2 people and this match turns into an all-out war. We got ladies getting rocked and Tom getting tripped for a fucking elbow drop. You're not Shawn Michaels, bro. You have no reason to be hitting the elbow drop from the top rope, bro. What the fuck is going on? The Chinese starts getting pummeled, so Lone Dude tries to pay off Uncle Ruckus, but that money don't mean shit to Unc's crazy ass. Maybe if you offer him Sydney Sweeney and Taylor Swift, but money? Man, hell nah. Both teams are severely wounded and look like they just finished a scout mission at AOT, and we see that the game is now a 1v1 with my GOAT Huey and Mean. The crowd starts singing America the Beautiful, building aura and shit, and Huey causes a damn vortex around the ball. He tosses the ball 100 feet in the air and kicks that shit straight at Mean, setting it on fire. Mean and Huey both scream before Mean manages to make contact with the ball, and oh my gosh, she breaks her fucking leg like a Mortal Kombat X-ray, bro. All this over kickball is insane, bro. This is what nigga May looks like, y'all. Huey catches the ball but breaks his arm and the ball gets destroyed. Then we get the coldest part of this whole episode. Mean gets crawling, desperately trying to get the bases while Huey's knocked.
Get up! You got this shit!
Get up!
Huey manages to stand and grabs the destroyed ball. Then he coldly walks her down, and you can just feel the aura from my nigga Huey. He drops the ball on her broken leg and wins the game for his team, proving why he's the GOAT.
Cleveland! This is for you!
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
If y'all want more bangers, comment down below. I really do love y'all, and I hope I see y'all boys next vid. Play made for well.
We so proud of them, yeah. Did that shit again, yeah. I'm gon' proud of them, yeah. Can't go broke again, yeah. We got hella racks, yeah.
We so proud of them, yeah. Did that shit again.